I'm back with another guide on how to attack and defend as Breach, and this time we're on Abyss, and we're gonna start over on the B side.
Nice.
If we're attacking B, there are two stuns. The first stun will hit the box plus edge of catwalk, so like this. The second stun will hit front side container, top side container, back side container, and the edge of catwalk, but on the left side this time. And the flashes can go up here, for example, or they can go backside, and this is very good together with an aftershock. Or you can flash through this box to flash anyone coming through B link. And the aftershock can go backside like this, and this is usually done together with a stun, and this is by far the best aftershock on the B side. And you can also aftershock through this wall onto jump up. This will force anyone in this corner to either go slightly back into B link or swing onto the bomb side. And it'll also make it a lot easier for your teammates to clear the box area, because anyone in this corner will be forced to fight in the aftershock or be on the move. You also need to make sure that you aftershock through the wall and not through the lower box. If you look at the map right now, we're aftershocking through the lower box, which means they can just jump up on the box and avoid the aftershock. So what we want to do is aftershock through the wall so it hits the lower box as well. In a postman on B, there are two stuns. The first stun is stunning over here on tap. And the same goes for this spot. And the second stun is trying to catch the enemy as they're crossing, so over here and on tower. And in a postman on B, the flashes can go up here, for example. But you can also flash through this little wall right here. Just make sure you flash above the wall and not behind the wall. And this will not flash you, but it will flash the enemies. And the aftershock in the postman can go through the floor right here. And if you look at the minimap, you can see that it can go all the way back and all the way forward. So just make sure you hit the plant spot. And this should also only be done when this is smoked off or together with a stun, because otherwise you're at high risk of dying. And if you're on the right side, you can also aftershock through the container right here onto default. And if we're attacking the A side, there are four stuns. The first stun is for tower, so your team goes catwalk and then into vents, and as you're breaking the second barrier into tower, you stun tower for them like this. The second stun hits a very common spot, which is under tower, so over here. And the third stun is to hit this spot, the bridge plus the right side of back side. Just make sure you don't fall off the map if you're doing this one. And the last stun is for a main, and what we want to do here is stun slightly to the right, so even if they hug the wall and walk along it like this, they'll still get hit. And the flashes can go through this wall instead of a stun, through this wall, or up here, or backside. And the aftershock can go into this corner, and this is usually done together with a stun. You can also aftershock tower like this while planting, so you don't get spammed through the smoke. But you can also use the aftershock as cover for your flash if you want to go super aggro into tower. I would only do this flash together with the aftershock, because if they turn the flash in tower and you come up the zipline, you're at a massive disadvantage. In a postman on A, there are four stuns, and the first one is for tower, so if you have teammates playing under tower or maybe in tower over here, you can stun a tower for them like this if they want to peek it. The second stun is for the left side, so the same one as before. The third stun is if you have teammates playing over here or maybe over here, and the enemy team is retaking through a security, you can stun for them like this. And this is also doable from over here. And if you're stuck default or on the bomb side, you can also stun a tower. And if you're playing the postman from the bomb side, you can flash tower like this, or a security like this. And if you're playing from a main, you can flash through this wall, or up here. And if you aftershock through this box instead of the wall, you can actually aftershock all the way to default. If you're defending B, there are 5 stuns. The first stun is for mid-library, so if you have teammates playing over here or B-link and the enemy team is coming up mid-library, you can stun for them like this. The second stun is for B-main, so if you have a Reyna, Jet or maybe a Neon that wants to push down here and peek B-main, you can stun like this. And the third stun is to stun ramp like this. Keep in mind that only the left side of window will be stunned if you do it from tower. You can also do it from over here, and this time all of tower will be stunned. You can also do it from backside over here. And stun number 4 is if you're playing backside and the enemy team is jumping over from danger, you can stun like this. And another version of this is if you're playing the box instead and the enemy team is jumping over from danger, you can also stun like this. If you're playing backside, you can flash through this lamp up here. And if you're playing from the jump up box and you have a teammate playing back container over here and they want to peek danger, you can flash for them like this. Or if the enemy team is coming up ramp, you can also flash through this box. And if you're playing from tower, you can flash the same lamp as we flash from back container. It's a bit more risky here because you do have to peek a little bit to be able to flash it, but it should be doable. And if they're up really close, you can also flash through this wall. And the aftershock can go right here to prevent the enemy from jumping over from danger. Or if they're coming up ramp, you can also aftershock through this box. If you're retaking B, there are 3 stuns. The first stun is for under tower here, here, and over here. The second stun is a stun on the right side of container if you're in tower. And the last stun is the one I use the most by far, and that's if the enemy team has planted default right here and they're playing the post plant from over here. You can stun like this. And I usually combo this with an aftershock to force them into the open. And the flashes in a retake can go through this wall right here, through the container onto default, or through this wall right here. And the aftershock in a retake can go right here to force anyone on this spot to go to the left. Or you can aftershock through this wall right here. If you're defending A, there are 3 stuns. The first stun is if your team wants to go into A main and fight A lobby. You can stun left, right, or slightly at an angle. And this is also very good to combo together with the Sovolt. The second stun is if you're playing tower and the enemy team is executing A from A main, you can stun like this. And the last stun is for A main as well, but from backside instead, and just make sure you hit this area as well because Jet is very likely to dash onto this spot. And if you're playing backside, you can flash through this container, and this box will make sure that you don't team flash anyone playing in this corner or in tower. Just make sure you don't flash too high up. And if you're playing on the bomb site or in tower and your team is fighting for A main, you can flash through this wall right here. And flashing deep to the left will make sure that the flash is blocked by this box, so it won't flash your teammates, but it will flash the enemy over here. And if you're playing tower, you can also flash through this wall right here, or through this pillar. And if you're playing mid, you can also flash up here if your team is fighting for this area. And the aftershock can go into A main to delay the enemy team from executing. And if you're playing backside, you can also aftershock through this container if the enemy jet is dashing onto the bomb site. Just make sure you aftershock above the first box so the jet can't just jump up and avoid the aftershock. And if you're playing backside, you can also listen for the Skydog, Sovadon, or the Gek ultimate from right here. And if you're playing tower, you can do the same thing. And if you're retaking A, there are 4 stuns. The first stun is for this corner and over here. The second stun will hit this corner and under tower. And the third stun will hit this corner and over here. And the last stun is if the enemy team is playing the post plant from A main, you can stun the left side like this. And this is very good to combo together with an aftershock. If you're coming through tower, you can flash through this wall. This will flash this corner, and under tower. Or if you're coming through A security, you can also flash through this wall. This will flash this corner and this corner. Or if your team has already taken this space, you can also just flash A main. The aftershock can go into this corner to clear this spot, this corner to clear this spot, or it can go into A main. Time for some examples, and we're going to start with the super aggro play into tower with the aftershock and flash. This is a play I've started doing a lot recently, and it's turned out to be very effective and super fun. And the next clip is a flash through the big pillar on B in a retake, and this flash is especially effective because it has to travel for so long, which gives you time to get your gun out. In this clip I stun towards A security in a post plant, and I actually end up hitting all 3 because the corridor is almost perfectly sized for the breach stun.
Two. All 3 CT, all 3 CT.
And the next two clips are for the Sova drone from backside and Gecko ult from a tower, but I also catch the Reyna with a stun for A main as they're executing.
I'm leaving side.
Sova's dead. Oh yeah!
In this last clip I stun an aftershock backside and end up killing the Cypher playing backside container, and this combo can be used on pretty much every single execute on B because backside container is one of the most common spots for sentinels to play on B. And that's it for this one. Thank you so much again for watching, and if you found this helpful, please leave a comment, a like and subscribe, and I'll hopefully see you on the next one.